Good day, everyone, and welcome to our personal development subject. This is Miss Ira Bombasa, and I am your instructor for PerDev. And for today's discussion, we will be having lesson 10. This is about handling expectations of society and significant people. When we say significant people, those important people in your life. So, your parents, your siblings, your closest friends, your relatives. No? So we have the same objectives as the previous lesson or previous discussion, which is the lesson 9. Now, so we'll move forward with that. Now, I'll ask you these questions. You may write down your answers in the comment section. Now, what are your expectations to yourself? Ano yung inaasahan mo sa iyong sarili? Ano yung mga ine-expect mo? Like, makagraduate on time, magkaroon ng part-time job while working on your studies, no? Para magkaroon ng extra source of income. What else? Do you expect yourself to have the highest grade in your section, to be included in the honor list in this semester, or to graduate with flying colors in the senior high school curriculum? No? So let me know about your expectations about yourself. Now, for our second question, what are other people's expectation of you? Ano naman sa tingin mo yung ine-expect sa'yo ng ibang tao? Ano yung ine-expect sa'yo ng mama mo, ng papa mo, ng grandparents mo, ng kuya, ate mo, or mga nakakabata mong kapatid, no? Or your closest friends, your best friend, your boyfriend, girlfriend, kung meron, your cousins, ano naman yung inaasahan nila sa'yo? Ine-expect ba nila na kapag gumraduate ka ngayong senior high school ay nasa highest honor list ka, or kapag gumraduate ka ng college ay cum laude ka or magna cum laude, summa cum laude? Ine-expect ba nila na mag-aral ka sa mga big schools in Manila like FEU, Ateneo, De La Salle, or ine-expect ba nila na maging scholar ka in your college journey, 'no? Ine-expect ba nila na lumipat ka ng school kasi napakatigas ng ulo mo or hindi ka sumusunod dito sa school na ito? No? So what are their expectations, either good or bad? So let me know that about that also in the comment section. So I'll give additional points for those students who will be leaving their insights about the expectations to yourself and expectations of other people about you. Okay, so for our third question, what are the pros of having a high expectation? So when we say pros, these are the positive things. Ano yung magandang naidudulot ng pagkakaroon ng high expectation? Mas nagsasucceed ka ba? Mas nare-reach mo ba yung goal mo? Or mas pinanghihinaan ka ba ng loob kasi feeling mo hindi naman magkakatotoo or malabo naman, suntok sa buwan naman? No? For example, you are expecting yourself to be the top one in your class, kaso as of now, nasa top 10 ka pa lang, 'no? Matatapos ba ang grade 12 na you'll be the top one, or sa tingin mo ay malayo sa katotohanan kahit anong effort ang gawin mo? No? So the fourth question, what are the cons of having a high expectation? So when we say cons, these are the negative ones. No? Ano naman yung mga bad side ng pagkakaroon ng high expectation? Masyado ka bang nape-pressure to the point na nagkaka-anxiety ka na? Or hindi mo ba nagagawa yung totoong gusto mo dahil ina-expect ka nila halimbawa na maging doktor, eh gusto mo naman talagang maging teacher, no? So those are just some examples. Now, let me show you this. Okay, so before I share what are the ways to manage expectations, because I ask you about these things, here are the challenges of late adolescence. Dito muna tayo. Ano ba yung na-encounter nyo na challenges or sumusubok sa inyo during the stage of late adolescence? First is physical development. Most girls have completed the physical changes related to puberty by age 15. Boys are still maturing and gaining strength, muscle mass, and height, and are completing the development of sexual traits. We also have changes in terms of emotional development. In here, may experience stress over school and test scores. is involved may have high expectations and low self concept. Seeks privacy and time alone, is concerned about physical and sexual attractiveness, may complain that parents prevent him or her from doing things independently, starts to want both physical and emotional intimacy in relationship, experiences of intimate relationships. We also have changes in terms of the social development. Shifts in relationship with parents from dependency and subordination to one that reflects the adolescent's increasing maturity and responsibilities in the family and the community. Is more and more aware of social behavior of friends. Six friends that share the same beliefs, values, and interests. Friends become more important, starts to have more intellectual interests, explores romantic and sexual behaviors with others, may be influenced by peers to try risky behaviors such as alcohol, tobacco, and sex. So when we say peers, those are your friends. No? So, in social development, tumataas yung expectations natin kasi sinasabi nga na tumatanda na tayo or tumatanda ka na. Okay? So, given those challenges, tas sumasabay pa yung high expectations of your family, of your friends, of your teachers, of your parents. It's good that we have this topic in personal development, no? So let me share with you the different ways in managing personal expectations. Again, when we say personal, ito ay sa pansarili, no? Personal expectations based on different websites. So these are from different sources. The first one is to give yourself time. Ambition is a great thing in healthy doses, but if we expect to instantly achieve our goals, it creates internal conflict. So, one achievement or one goal at a time, no? Hindi mo kaya yan pagsabay-sabayin. Kahit ikaw ay multitasker, kapag yan ay nagsabay-sabay, tataas yung pressure, tataas yung pwede kang magkaroon ng anxiety, tataas yung possibility na hindi mo na maalagaan yung sarili mo kasi ang gusto mong ma-achieve ay yung mga goals mo all at the same time. So, you have to remember to give yourself time, no? You have to be mindful of your own timeline as you set goals and objectives. Make sure you have realistic plan to get you there. So, dapat yung mga plano mo is naka-align sa mga goals mo. At the same time, realistic. When we say realistic yung plano, ka-achieve-achieve, no? Halimbawa, kung ang ginawa mong plano hindi ka natutulog within the 24 hours for the whole year, so do you think that's realistic? Siyempre hindi, kasi kahit hindi ka naman matulog ay babagsak ang katawan mo, hindi mo rin ma-achieve yung goal mo, no? So you have to be physically, emotionally, excuse me, sorry, spiritually present or um healthy pala, no? Present and healthy in order to achieve all of your goals. Okay, so I'd also like to add that hindi mo naman na-achieve yung success ng isang tulog lang. Okay? We can't achieve things instantly. Katulad na lang ng diploma in high school, diploma in college, no? It took years for you to achieve that, for you to have that, no? Or having your own business in the future. So you have to give yourself time and remind yourself one step at a time. Okay? The second one is adapt to changing expectations. So, according to the articles regarding managing personal expectations, when things go wrong or situation change, try your best not to act emotionally. So, you have to be logical, no? Kaya nga ang sabi nila, kaya mas mataas ang utak kung saan nakalagay ang utak kaysa sa puso dahil mas madalas dapat paganahin ng puso. Ay, sorry, ang utak kaysa sa puso, 'no? Kaya yan daw ay mas mataas inilagay ni Lord sa part of the body, okay. So, you have to, be logical 'pag sinabi nating be logical, inuuna mo or ang focus mo ay sa pag-iisip, 'no? Yung paggawa mo ng desisyon ay isip yung pinapagana mo at hindi yung emosyon or hindi ang puso. Okay? So it's so easy to feel failure when things shift, leaving you unable to reach your own goal, and we sometimes try to blindly continue without reconsidering our expectation. Instead, we need to pause and consider other options, reframing initial expectations. So you have your plan, you have your expectations, pero nagkakaroon ng emergency, halimbawa, nagkaroon ng changes, nagkaroon ng other factors affecting your decisions, no? For example, you want to become a doctor. Pero biglang hindi ka nakapasok or hindi ka nakapasa sa examination. So, it really hurts. Yes, that's why you need to have contingency plan. When we say contingency plan, these are your plan B, plan C, plan D. So, pag di ako nakapasa ng UP, for example, that's the situation, what's my next step? Ano yung pwede kong gawin? No? So, wag tayong mag-set lang sa iisang goal or sa iisang option. We need to adapt. Ibig sabihin marunong dapat tayong makibagay, marunong tayong maging flexible, maging resourceful in changing situations. Okay? Third is don't judge yourself harshly. When our lives are ruled by personal expectations, it can make a day struggle. It can make a day a struggle. Now, we criticize ourselves harshly for failure and feel disappointment when we don't live up to our dreams. Okay? So, instead, ano po ang kailangan nating gawin? Think of yourself as an explorer going through life rather than someone dictated by expectations. Okay? So, i-consider mo yung sarili mo na nag explore ka lang, na kahit anong mangyari, ups and downs, achievements or failures, okay lang kasi meron kang natututunan. Kasi gusto mo nga lang mag-explore, eh. Gusto mo lang makatry ng bago, gusto mo lang maranasan yung gantong bagay, okay? Okay, another tip for everyone is whether you succeed or fail, your overall expectation should simply be to learn as you go. No, katulad na nabanggit ko kanina. No regrets kasi natuto ka naman. Either nag-fail ka dun sa particular na bagay na yon. So always give yourself time and acknowledge your small and big efforts. Now, how about managing others' expectations? Kasi yung nauna ay expectation mo sa sarili mo, no? Ngayon, paano naman natin mama-manage or maha-handle yung expectations ng ibang tao patungkol sa atin? Okay? So, number one is to communicate about everything. We need to ask someone about his or her expectations and give you some clarifications para malinaw sa'yo, no? Second, prepare for problems. So, not everything you set ay smooth sailing or smooth processes. You need to prepare yourself for problems, no? Hindi para mag-worry, but for you to be ready. Okay? Third, predict others' expectations. So everyone comes to a situation when biases and pre-assumptions are at the root of all the expectations, knowing where others stand in terms of their own personal issues and belief. Okay, which can help you understand where their expectations are coming from. So you try to see that person's background. Like for example, our parents, they did not experience online learning. No, ngayon lang yan, because of the pandemic, nagkaroon tayo ng blended learning. Nagkaroon ng face-to-face at nagkaroon ng online classes. But during the time of pandemic, pure online classes lang tayo. Ibig sabihin, gumagamit lang tayo ng digital products and internet in order to have the discussion, no? Pero yung mga magulang natin, hindi naman nila naranasan yun eh, 'di ba? Hindi nila na-experience yun. Another example ay yung K-12 curriculum 'no, hindi din naman nila napagdaanan yung additional 2 years in high school 'no, which is particularly the senior high school 'no. Halimbawa, because of that, because of those experiences na naranasan natin pero hindi nila naranasan, like dun sa K-12 curriculum kaya for example, is kulang yung knowledge nila about a particular issue, about a particular field, but they expect you, for example, to still pass all the exams, have higher scores, highest scores, no? But for you, it's very difficult. Maybe because you have problems with the internet connection, with your resources, or with your classmates, and etc. So you try to predict and understand where others' expectations are coming from. Okay? And that wouldn't make you less of a person, no? Kapag kinonsider mo kung saan nanggagaling yung expectations ng mga tao sa paligid mo. Because in that sense, mas maiintindihan mo, bakit ba ito yung ine-expect niya sa akin? Ini-expect niya siguro ako kasi nung panahon nila, madali yung mga exam, no? Okay, so next I have here another set of different ways in managing others' expectations, but this is from other sources naman, no? Or other articles. Okay, so let's have this one. The first is to don't make I don't mistake expectations for reality. So it's different. Now you try to see your real situations, some hereditary factors, some environmental factors influencing or affecting your situation. Kasi pwede tayong mag-isip ng mas mataas sa gusto natin, but in reality, may mga limitations or boundaries. Second one is ignore your brain's need to expect the same thing over and over again. So to deal with internal expectations, nabanggit nga natin kanina, you first need to identify where those expectations are coming from, no? Take something simple. You expect it to be for example, cold once December na or Christmas season na, no? So it happened in the past. Nangyari na yun nung nakaraan, yun naman talagang inaasahan natin. So, we are asking ourselves, it's going to happen, right? No? So, more often than not, past experiences dictate expectations. So, Harvard Business Review called it confirmation bias. So, just knowing that and being mindful about that is the first step to managing internal expectations. Once you identify why you have certain expectations, you are more prepared, no, to be able to meet it or tone it down to a realistic degree. Gan dapat realistic lang tayo. Okay, what else? So, yung expectations naman natin usually again comes from past experiences, no? Pag hindi na ulit nangyari yon, nagre-react agad tayo na dapat ganito, supposedly ganito eh, no? Bakit dati naman masaya tayo pero ngayon bakit hindi na? Bakit nagbago ka na? So, yun yung mga linyahan ng mga tao, no? And that is because nangyari na before and inaasahan mo pa rin mangyari, no? Sense of consistency. Okay. The third one is to keep your promises but be aware of exceeding them. Okay. So sometimes, the expectations others have of us, but in an effort to impress them, we try to exceed them, no? Mas um tinataasan pa natin or hinihigitan, no, yung expectations na yun. And we try to do more than what we promise. Here's the problem though, dito na papasok yung problema. Exceeding expectation is not necessarily better than meeting them. Hindi porket nag-set ka ng goal or ng expectation or yung expectation mo sa sarili mo, expectation ng ibang tao sa'yo at gusto mo mas um, ma-achieve yung mas mataas kesa doon, no? That doesn't mean na mas better yon or better yon, no? Redundant yung mas better kasi ang Tagalog ng better ay mas, no? That doesn't mean na mas okay yung ganong setup, no? Ang problema naman kasi is masasanay tayo. 'Pag hindi mo na nagawa ulit, magagalit ka or magagalit sa'yo, no? So you think kung kaya mo bang maging consistent in doing those promises. Okay? So for the next one, we have talk to others to clarify their expectations, never assume, when in doubt, ask. So kung nagdududa tayo, lagi tayong magtanong, 'wag tayong, feeling ko ganito 'to, 'no? 'Wag tayong mag-expect agad sa ibang tao kahit hindi naman malinaw. So why? Because expectations are abstracts. They are not clearly defined nor expressed. So minsan nasa isip mo lang, iniisip lang niya, hindi mo alam, no? In fact, you might have vague expectations in your own head and end up disappointed. No, so the easiest way to get around this is to talk to someone. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, and clarify their expectations, no? Wag kang mag-i-interpret ng sarili mong statement or ng statement ng ibang tao and ilagay mo yung expectation mo, no? For clear vision, for any clarification, always ask. Okay? Walang masama sa pagtatanong at paglilinaw ng bagay-bagay. Okay? So the fifth one is to harness the true meaning behind expectations. Always remember that it is very important to realize why they are there in the first place, no? It's a sign you are being held to higher standard. Tingnan mo din naman, baka may point din yung standard or yung expectation sa'yo. Okay? So, I'm sure, dahil mahal ka ng mga tao sa paligid mo, that's for your own good din naman. Okay? So, next, what if you are the one expecting? Okay, so paano naman kaya kapag ikaw naman yung nag expect. So the first one, in order for you to manage, is to start with your own unrealistic expectations. No? Before we can ask others to drop their unrealistic expectations of us, let us deal with our own unrealistic expectations. Ikaw ba, nagagawa mo yung expectations sa'yo ng family mo? Tapos kung makapag-expect ka sa iba, 'di ba? So you want other people to be perfect, pero tayo ba, perfect ba tayo? Ikaw ba, perfect ka ba? No? Or to meet higher standard, pero tayo ba, nagagawa ba natin 'yon? Ikaw ba, nagagawa mo 'yon? No? Pero kung nagagawa man, palagi ba? No? That's the question, eh. The question of consistency. The second one, put yourself in the other person's shoes. So, hindi siya literal na makikipagpalitan ka ng sapatos sa ibang tao. This means that ilagay mo yung sarili mo sa posisyon ng ibang tao, no? Just because we are capable of living up to certain expectation does not mean that the other person can. No, hindi pwede na kung kaya mo, dahil nagawa mo, feeling mo kaya din ng ibang tao. Dahil magkakaiba tayo ng background eh. Magkakaiba tayo ng pinag-aralan, ng pinagdaanan, ng influences, no, ng mga nakapaligid sa atin, ng mga past experiences. So you cannot expect other people to do the same as what you did or to achieve things that you already achieved. Kasi siguro sa'yo, smooth sailing yon. Siguro kasi meron kang generational wealth or meron kang financial support from your parents. Eh, how about others? Siguro they started from scratch. Siguro wala silang tulong from their parents, from their families or relatives. Siguro nagpa-part-time work siya in order to finish college, in order to finish a senior high school. Compared sa'yo na pagka-uwi mo galing school, ang poproblemahin mo na lang is for you to do your assignments or to do your activities. Eh siya, kailangan pa niya mag-work kasi wala siyang pangkain, wala siyang pampamasahe, no? Eh ikaw, provided by your parents naman. So, hindi ka nagkukulang, lahat ay na meron sa'yo, no? Nakakakain ka ng 3 beses sa isang araw, minsan 5 pa nga because of the 2 snacks, no? So you can never really expect other people to do the same as you did because you never know what their life is all about. No, you never know what are their thoughts, what are the things they experience, what are their sacrifices and effort. Okay? And the last one is to talk openly. So paulit-ulit na tayo dito, no? Just remember that communication is the key. Okay, so now I have here what you should do in your journal. So I already printed out your journals 4 to 7. I'll distribute them on Monday, no, Monday morning para mag-meet tayo since meron naman akong pasok ng morning ng Monday and kayo ay morning class lang, no? So punta na lang ako sa inyong room and The Power of Personal Declarations by Dr. Emily De Carlo. I'll give you a copy of this one, no, para magkaroon kayo ng idea ano ba yung personal declaration. Because in your journal, you have to make a personal declaration and make a creative slogan to highlight its impact. Okay, so you have to use I need to see you use any available resources like pen, paper, illustration board, manila paper, or cartolina and coloring materials. But in here, I printed out the journal wherein meron ng box doon. So you have to use any coloring materials na lang. Yun na lang yung kailangan ninyong i-prepare. Like watercolor or crayons or kung gusto nyong stabilo, no? Or kung gusto nyo black and white lang, pencil, kayo ang bahala kung ano ang inyong gagamitin. But I need to see a creative slogan. Okay? Next, meron din kayong self-worth activity doon sa inyong journal. Now, meron dong mga boxes, ilalagay mo what are the things you are proud of about yourself. No, if you haven't think of any, kasi I think that's 9 boxes. Kung sa tingin mo 3 lang mailalagay mo, you can let your classmates rather or friends to write other things that they are proud about you. No? And you have to answer this question, why is it important to feel recognized and respected by your own self, by your family, friends, and the whole community? Okay, so that's it for our lesson 10. Thank you and goodbye.